All right, let's just jump right into one of the wildest stories from World War II. Picture this. One of the most celebrated soldiers in the Polish army wasn't actually a man. Nope, he was a 500-pound Syrian brown bear.
So I know what you're thinking. How on earth does a bear become a celebrated war hero, right? I mean, what makes this one story so incredibly special in a conflict that spanned the entire globe? Well, let's get into it.
First off, we're talking about a seriously big guy. His imposing stature, well, that was just the beginning.
And yes, he was a Syrian brown bear. His name was Wojtek. And let me tell you, his story is one of the most heartwarming and, frankly, bizarre tales to ever come out of the war. Okay, so how in the world does a bear even end up in the Polish army? Well, Wojtek's journey starts back in 1942. You see, he was just a little orphaned cub, found in Iran by a group of Polish soldiers. These guys had just been released from Soviet gulags and were making their way south. So if you look at his life, it's just this incredible whirlwind. In 1942, he's found as a cub. By 43, he's officially in the army. A year later, he's serving at the Battle of Monte Cassino. And by 1947, he's retired at the Edinburgh Zoo. I mean, in just 5 years, he goes from orphan cub to enlisted soldier, war hero, and then a retired vet. What a journey.
Now you gotta understand, Wojtek wasn't just some pet or mascot they kept on the side. No way. He was raised by the soldiers of the 22nd Artillery Supply Company, and he truly became one of them. He was completely integrated into the life of the unit.
And when I say he lived like a soldier, I am not kidding. He literally drank beer straight from the bottle. He would even eat lit cigarettes. Don't ask me why. And he absolutely loved to play wrestle with the troops. For these guys, he wasn't an animal. He was their brother in arms.
But of course, this one-of-a-kind situation was bound to hit a snag. And it was a big one. The unit had to deploy to Italy to fight with the British, but the rules for the transport ships were crystal clear. No animals allowed. Absolutely forbidden. And there was no way his comrades were going to leave him behind.
So what did the soldiers do? They came up with this absolutely brilliant, genius solution. The thinking went, if we can't bring a pet, we'll bring a soldier. So they officially enlisted Wojtek into the Polish army. They gave him the rank of private, a serial number, even a paybook. So on paper, he was a completely legitimate soldier.
And listen, this wasn't just some clever trick to get him on a boat. Oh no, Wojtek more than proved his worth, and he did it during one of the most brutal, grueling engagements of the entire war, the Battle of Monte Cassino.
To really get what he did, you have to picture the scene. These artillerymen were hauling these incredibly heavy crates. We're talking shells that weighed 25 pounds each. They had to get them to the guns, all while under constant, intense enemy fire. It was just a dangerous, backbreaking, nightmarish job.
So Wojtek saw his human friends struggling, and he just started to copy them. He'd stand up on his hind legs, and the soldiers would load these heavy crates of ammunition right into his paws. And then he would just carry them up to the artillery positions, totally unfazed by the noise and the absolute chaos of the battle raging all around him.
And get this isn't some tall tale or a wartime legend. His service is a matter of official military record. And those records confirm he never dropped a single crate, not one. In fact, his contribution was so important that the 22nd Company adopted a new official emblem in his honor, a bear carrying an artillery shell. How cool is that? So, after all the fighting stopped and the war finally ended, what happens to a furry war hero? Well, Wojtek's story definitely doesn't end there on the battlefield. His unit was demobilized in Scotland, so Wojtek found a new, permanent home at the Edinburgh Zoo. And as you can imagine, he became an instant celebrity. His old Polish army buddies would come visit him all the time. They'd apparently just hop the fence to wrestle with him and toss him cigarettes, which you can imagine totally shocked the other zoo visitors. He lived out the rest of his days there as a beloved veteran, passing away in 1963.
You know, Wojtek's story is just such a powerful reminder that heroes, and really family, can be found in the most unexpected places you can imagine. It just goes to show you that in the utter chaos of war, sometimes the most loyal soldier might just be the one with claws.